On the fateful day of March 8, 2014, the world was abruptly reminded of the fragility of commercial aviation when Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 disappeared from radar screens. It was a day like any other when the Boeing 777-200ER departed from Kuala Lumpur International Airport en route to Beijing, China. The aircraft was in the hands of an experienced crew, and the journey promised to be a routine operation. However, in the early hours of the flight, the unexpected happened. Upon entering Vietnamese airspace, MH370 simply disappeared from air traffic control monitors. The transponder, the crucial device responsible for transmitting vital information such as identification and location, ceased its operations. The ensuing electronic silence was eerie, echoing the uncertainty that was setting in. Frantic attempts to re-establish communication were in vain. The desperation of air traffic controllers was palpable as MH370 turned into a question mark in the vast sky. An aircraft that was once full of passengers and crew now seemed to have vanished without a trace. Thus began an unprecedented search and rescue operation. Authorities and rescue teams mobilized resources on a massive scale, covering a vast area in the Indian Ocean. However, the lack of concrete leads and adverse conditions in the region made the task a true epic. Uncertainty and anxiety settled not only among the passengers' families but also in a global audience that watched in astonishment as news of MH370's disappearance unfolded. Incredulity pervaded the world as the international community anxiously awaited news of the aircraft's fate. Questions about what had happened to the flight occupied the thoughts of millions, and theories and speculations began to multiply. Flight MH370 had vanished, and the mystery was only beginning to unfold. Theories and speculations. As time passed and uncertainty persisted, the disappearance of Flight MH370 triggered a wave of theories and speculations that reverberated throughout the aviation world and beyond. Aviation experts, investigators, and industry enthusiasts engaged in heated debates, attempting to decipher the enigma surrounding the aircraft's fate. One of the first theories to emerge was the possibility of a catastrophic mechanical failure. However, as the details of the aircraft's maintenance were meticulously examined, this hypothesis began to lose strength. There were no substantial pieces of evidence pointing to any kind of structural or mechanical compromise that could justify the sudden and unannounced disappearance. Other theories took shape, ranging from the suggestion of a hijacking to the possibility of deliberate action by the crew. While some of these conjectures were grounded in fragmented evidence, others seemed more based on speculation and the human desire to seek answers to what appeared to be an unsolvable mystery. Meanwhile, search operations continued, covering a vast and complex area in the Indian Ocean. Fragments of debris were occasionally found on remote beaches, fueling hopes of a significant discovery. However, the lack of a precise location of the impact site made the task of finding the main wreckage a formidable challenge. The agony of the passengers' families was palpable as the absence of concrete answers continued to weigh on them. The agonizing wait continued, and questions about what had happened to MH370 persisted. The world watched in suspense, with the aircraft's fate hanging over the global aviation community like a shadow. The disappearance of Flight MH370 challenged not only the aviation industry's ability to handle such an inexplicable event, but also our understanding of the complexity of aircraft communication and monitoring systems. In the 21st century, the mystery of MH370 became an enigma that transcended the boundaries of aviation and served as a testament to our ongoing quest for answers in the face of the unknown. The mystery persists. As the years passed, the disappearance of Flight MH370 remained one of the most distressing and unexplainable enigmas in modern aviation history. The lack of concrete answers left families, friends, and the general public in a state of distress and uncertainty, as if trapped in a limbo of endless agony. Investigations, long and meticulous, continued, involving aviation experts, forensic investigators, oceanographers, and aerospace engineers. Every piece of evidence was examined meticulously in the search for clues that could shed light on MH370's fate. However, despite all efforts and resources dedicated to the investigation, the plane seemed to have disappeared without leaving any substantial trace. In 2018, a joint effort involving Australia, Malaysia, and China reinvigorated searches in the Indian Ocean. State-of-the-art technology was employed in an attempt to track the impact site. Fragments of the plane were found on remote beaches, confirming the tragedy that had befallen MH370. However, the precise location of the impact site remained unknown, and questions about what had happened to the aircraft remained unanswered. The agony of the families persisted, now mixed with a sense of inevitable finality. The uncertainty about the fate of their loved ones, the absence of a resting place, and the lack of a definitive understanding of the events that led to MH370's disappearance remained as open wounds in their hearts. The disappearance of Flight MH370 transcended the boundaries of aviation and became a symbol of our vulnerability to unknown and, at times, inscrutable forces of nature. It was a somber reminder that, even with all the technological advancements and dominion over the skies, there are still mysteries that defy our understanding. The story of MH370 is a tribute to human resilience in the face of adversity, but also a reminder that the quest for truth and resolution should never cease.